Oh, we got a good one. Got a good one coming. Mr. Geno Smith and the best offense in the NFL. Seattle
Don't
Seahawks.
stop.
St-
Stop.
Statistically, they are. I had to open up the show some way. Ooh. Welcome in to the PHNX Bets Daily Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And leave us a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined, as always, by Mr. Johnny Venerable. Johnny, weird, gross, disgusting game last night. I loved every minute of it. How are we feeling?
It was way better than last week, first of all. For people who are saying it wasn't, like, I saw some of the DMVR peeps like, oh, you guys complained about last week. Look at this dumpster. This was way better.
How?
We got some actual touchdowns in regulation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it didn't go to overtime, so we all could go to bed at a timely manner.
Yeah.
And I thought Wentz was terrible, but great defensive play. I thought the running backs looked good. The Robinson storyline, scoring a touchdown after being shot in the knee twice in August, and in Chicago, you just gotta love that home environment, especially when they get their hearts ripped out. Way better, because everybody knew going into this game it was gonna be shit. Whereas everybody last week thought, well, Russell Wilson, especially before the season, Matt Ryan, the Colts. So we all knew what we were getting here, and boy, oh boy, did it deliver, and it delivered for your boy in the term of a 4-leg parlay payout, my friend. 10 to pay out 110 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
The same one you gave out on the show, or just a different dabble?
It was a different one.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
I rethought my bets yesterday. I stuck with the game picks were the same. Commanders money line, check. The under, check. I gave those to the people yesterday. The under, for all who celebrate, was free money. Like, if you pick the over in that game, I cannot help you as a gambler.
No.
Because we want to pick the over as much as anybody. We were 5 minutes into that sucker last night, and you're like, we're not going to see a touchdown for a long time.
Yeah.
And so, Emma, if you've got them, I'll get to my picks. So I did Commanders money line. I did the Commanders under just from yesterday. So those both hit. And then also the Bears total points hit under 20. So everything I gave out from a team perspective hit. My props, though, I changed them last minute. And I'm going to tell you why. Carson Wentz, I felt like going into the game was not going to hit that over for passing yards. What's the matter?
We're waiting on the props to come up.
No, you're fine.
1 second. She's she's digging deep right now, trying to find her.
Shane does look good today. I was speculating what he had planned for today, so we'll take those in the comments if you've got an idea of what my guy's going to do. So passing yardage, Wentz did not hit the over. Wentz didn't hit 100 yards passing.
Wentz didn't play football well last night.
I thought you were just going to say he didn't play football. That would also be accurate.
Yeah.
He didn't play football. Fields under hit. So, I mean, the picks I gave out on the show, 3 for 4. Then I did a tasty parlay of myself that did the under, the Commanders money line, Bears 2 sacks, Commanders 2 sacks, which hit on the very first series, which was like, check, good to go there. And then the last leg to hit, obviously the Commanders money line needed to hit Brian Robinson anytime touchdown. You knew it was going to happen right when the Bears fumbled. Sweet.
Yeah.
Justice.
That was nice. My picks, same thing, Commanders -1 under 38 points, -110. And then my props, Carson Wentz, terrible, man. Curtis Samuel, oh my God.
Get a bunch of targets.
Kind of. He was open more often than not, though. It's just, I don't know what to make of Carson Wentz anymore. You know what's happening, Johnny? This is my theory. This is what happened with the Colts too, and why they kind of fizzled out at the end of the last year. When you try to take the Carson Wentz out of Carson Wentz, when you try to mitigate his mistakes, it only makes things worse. Because when you let him do his thing, he might throw 3 interceptions and lose you a game, but you'll score a good amount of points because he'll make some good throws. When you're trying to, calm him down and check down, because they're trying to check down a lot more. This is clearly from last night. It was Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick. Like it doesn't work because Carson Wentz plays hero ball, and that's not hero ball. We saw what it looks like. We saw what it looks like with the Colts and how that panned out. We saw what it looked like last night. We saw what it looked like this entire year. But then we also see what it looks like when they don't make him check down, and he can throw for 4 touchdowns in a game against the Eagles, or against the Lions, I believe. It just kind of sucks to watch this man. Curtis Samuel, open a lot, but he just wanted to go to the hot route. Whatever, it's fine. Sometimes the game plan doesn't go your way. And I'll take 2 for 4 on a gross game like last night. But I do want to just pour one out really fast for one of my buddies who texted me last night and said, I want to die, with a screenshot of a DraftKings bet slip, $2.50 to pay out $140 on a Ryan Griffin first touchdown, who Justin Fields missed in the end zone on one of the first drives of the game. And then they ended up not scoring. Just absolute pain. So pouring out for my buddy Jack.
Can we talk about Justin Fields for a second?
Yeah.
He was missing Big Ten throws last night. I think we're in territory where the Bears have already ruined him. I feel confident saying that.
You can tell, as I said yesterday, you can tell it's the throwing mechanic thing. They tried to shorten up his throw because he has the longest release in the NFL. And it completely is messing with his accuracy.
I thought he was going to be Deshaun Watson 2.0.
He should.
He should be.
Yeah, he can be.
They're offensive skill players. Outside of Khalil Herbert, he's a good player.
Darnell Mooney's a good player too.
He's a 2.
Darnell, yeah, he is a 2, but he's solid. Darnell Mooney ran a great comeback route in the first half, and Justin Fields just underthrew and missed him outside. It wasn't even close, and it just looks like he's not comfortable. And you know what it also looks like? The reason why he takes so many sacks, his confidence. His confidence is so poor right now.
Every weekend, it's gonna ruin you. He's taking a sack. I looked it up this morning. Almost every 5 drop back attempts. The Cardinals, everyone's a bitch about the Cardinals. They've given up 7 sacks on the year. And everybody's like, well, that's because Kyler Murray can run. I had people in my comments.
Kyler Murray's not an easy quarterback to block for.
Neither was Russell Wilson, and he took a lot of sacks. And Justin Fields takes a lot of sacks. But they should have opened it up like they did with him running in the fourth quarter, because the Commanders couldn't hang with him at that point. Like that should be part of their offense right now.
Yeah. These two teams just poor football. I don't have any hope for either of them. Probably won't bet on them unless they're in prime time again. Hopefully they're not.
It's good that this game was when it was. I don't want to see this game in November, December, obviously January. So we'll get this out of the way.
We got a somewhat real Thursday night football game next week. The Saints kind of make it a little bit worse. The Cardinals are great in prime time. I'm just saying the Saints. You never know what you can get.
Saints will get theirs. That will not. The Cardinals are favored right now. That will not be an easy game. That will be a fourth quarter game.
What can you do before that game, Johnny?
You can go to the Lola and hang out with myself. My dad's coming to the Lola for the first time.
Oh, let's go.
He paid for his ticket like everybody else. I'm not having him slide right in. I've got friends coming in. His friends are coming in from Scottsdale. Everybody should come hang out at the Lola right before the game. We're going to be partying from 1 to 6 till kickoff Thursday night football, black helmets. Check us out on the post-game show, but it's the hottest selling ticket in the Valley right now. Come check out the Lola with ourselves at PHNX Cardinals. Bird Gang Travel do a fantastic job. It's going to be a banger of a time, but we've got a game on Sunday to talk about first, Shane. Yeah. And there's no love lost between you and I when it comes to the Seahawks and the Cardinals.
This line and a lot of other lines are just – this is a hard week in the NFL to pick. Whoa. I just saw some line moving, which we'll get to in a second. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I'm looking at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, and it's updating fast because it has great UI, great user interface, and it's a fantastic place to bet. Why bet on the NFL anywhere else? Plus, when you download it and use that promo code PHNX, new customers can bet just $5 on any team like the Cardinals to win and get $150 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Actually, get $200, get 50 more beans in free bets if they do win. And if that's not enough, you can be like Johnny, win some scratch on stepped up same game parlays. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Right now, for every leg you add, you boost your winnings up to 100% with payouts bigger than ever. Again, why bet on the NFL anywhere else? It's simple. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code PHNX. Promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See those show notes for details. Johnny, a lot of weird lines this weekend. What are some of the more weird lines that you're looking at?
I don't know about what's going on with the Rams. -10. Like, the Panthers, are they even going to be able to field a team this weekend? That game should be bigger than it is, and I am smashing -10 when we get to our picks. I'm also a little bit concerned. The Niners -4.5 at Atlanta. Atlanta is playing above their talent level this year, and they're getting, it sounds like, the tight end back. Marcus Mariota playing mistake-free football. They should have really had a chance to beat Tampa last week. But are the Niners just going to be this juggernaut all year defensively? And are they going to get enough offensively? That's a game I don't have any interest in. And then there's a game that I'm not touching at all. The Steelers +9. Like, have the Steelers really fallen off this far? I think the Bucks are going to have a tough time scoring, but I do not think with little hands Pickett is going to be able to do anything against Todd Bowles' group. That game is gross. That over under 45 is gross. There are a lot of gross games I'm not touching, and then there are a lot of games I feel really good about.
Yeah, this week is a tough week, but usually when it feels easy, it's not easy. So I'm kind of glad I'm in this situation. Yeah, I'm looking at the 49ers line too. The reason why I oohed is because it went from 6 this morning. Now it's down to 4.5. Niners are favored. Whew, that's questionable. The Steelers line is now up to 9, as you said. Jets are now 7.5-point dogs in Green Bay. Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on. Definitely get on this right now. Let's get our picks on the screen. I'll go first. Got 5 little cuties for you. Give me the Ravens -5.5. One of the best offenses in the NFL as of late. I can't say enough about Lamar Jackson and the way he places these balls. I mean, he has been so good. Just staying out of trouble and not throwing interceptions. Watch him throw one now, but he's been great. Taking them -5.5. Big fan of the Ravens in this spot. They're obviously in New York playing the Giants. Giants, they come back from London, a little jet lag maybe. Plus, they just don't have a better position group anywhere on the field than the Ravens. So give me the Ravens -5.5. And then I like the Cardinals in a get right game. I bet a lot of people are going to try to get real cute with the Seahawks at home. They love this offense. It is really fun, but I think it takes a step back. And you know why, Johnny?
Why?
Geno Smith is like the 20. He's bottom 10 in times blitzed. He doesn't get blitzed. He's good. I think 22nd most blitzed quarterback in the NFL this year. Cardinals love to play that cover one. Love to blitz. I think they blitz the hell out of Geno.
Because they don't have a pass rusher that can win one-on-one. But yes, continue.
And he gets a little uncomfortable. So I'm taking the Cardinals -2.5. Jets +7. You can now get that at +7.5. Love this. I think the Jets are playing pretty inspired, solid football right now. And the Packers are not. The Packers need to get right at some point. Don't think this is the game. Give me the Jets +7 or +7.5 if you get it right now. And the Niners, as I said, it's down to 4.5. Until this defense shows me otherwise, I'm not betting against them. ATS, money line, regardless, I'm hammering the Niners in this spot. The Falcons are just, I think it's time to tank. I think it's time to bring it down a little bit. They're at home. This is another offense that people think is really fun. Talanoa Hufanga and this defense is going to eat. Give me the Niners -5. And then an over for the first time, I think, on this show for me in a while. Give me New England at Cleveland over 43.5.
No chance that hits.
Oh, no chance. Johnny, that is rude.
Zappy Dew versus Jacoby Brissett and Bill Belichick.
The Browns with Jacoby Brissett have a top 5 ranked offensive DVOA. The Browns also don't have a great defense. The Patriots have had a solid offense, even with Zappy Dew. Zappy Dew put 29 points on the Dolphins' head or on the Lions' head last week. I know the Lions' defense is terrible, but I think they score a good amount of points. Give me the over at 43. Give me a shootout of Brissett and Zappy Dew.
We may need to put a side bet on that because that okay. I hate taking unders. That is not hitting. There's no way. You can clip this clip. Johnny. We can play it back on Monday. That under is a lock, a stone cold lock.
Why did you put in your picks then, Johnny?
I'm going to put it as my DraftKings pick of the week right now, sucker. The under is hitting.
Really?
Browns, Patriots.
You're fading me for a DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. Johnny, I might make this my defense lock just because of this.
Do it because it's not hitting.
I'm not doing it, but I really like
Bill Belichick takes away what you do best. Chubb will be limited.
I disagree. Let's see your picks, Johnny.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to be a homer. We'll get to that in a minute. I love the Ravens -5.5. The Giants team is terrible. The other shoe's going to drop at some point. I will not believe this Giants team is going to be good at all. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they've had a nice story. They're coming back from London. They'll come down to earth and they'll meet Lamar Jackson and company, and they will get worked. This is a game that's going to favor the Ravens. Brian Daboll, historically, when he was in Buffalo, did not have success against the Ravens. So I'm taking the Ravens -5.5. It's the biggest points spread that I'm going to swallow in the AFC. We'll get to the NFC here in a second. Cardinals -2.5. Everybody is telling me, Shane, that this is a lock to hit, which makes me feel more and more uneasy about it as we approach Sunday. Literally, I've got friends texting me like, this is hitting. I'm putting this in every parlay I have. I want to believe. I cover this team for a living. I don't know what to expect. We're going to get to it in my props here in a second. Patriots money line. I think this is going to be a gross, ugly kind of 20-14 kind of game, as we just talked about. And I think the Patriots are going to hit. Last week was a get right confidence game, get back to doing what they're doing. Play elite defense. They had a defensive touchdown last week, play field position. And I think Bill Belichick hates Cleveland. I know he does. And he's going to go there and he's going to shut out the Browns potentially. And then the Eagles money line. I'm not a buyer in Cooper Rush, hanging with this Eagle team for 4 quarters now. I'm a little bit concerned. The fact that I think Jalen Hurts, we've come to a point he was underrated. Now he's overrated. He threw 2 passes in the 4th quarter last week. He's a running quarterback. I think Dallas is going to take away his ability to run, but I feel like offensively the other shoe is going to drop for Dallas. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't want to touch the Eagles money line, spread, which I think is like 6.5.
Yeah,
just give me the money line. That's all I care about.
I like that.
Chiefs aren't losing to the Bills. I'm sorry, Bills are a little bit overrated. They should have lost to Baltimore. They lost earlier this year in Miami. Chiefs are the best team in football. We saw it. They screw around with teams. I'm sorry. What they just did to the Raiders, they just took their heart and they stepped on it. Until I see Buffalo beat the Chiefs, I'm not going to pick them to beat the Chiefs. It has to happen. Okay.
Yeah,
you talked me in last
fair.
year in the divisional round. I got screwy and said, I'll put some money on the Bills. And what did Patrick Mahomes do? He destroyed them.
Why is everything my fault when you lose bets, Johnny?
Because you told me I took some winnings from the early game in the divisional round with Rams Bucks, and I put it on the Bills.
No, you know what you do? Come back to me real fast. Come back to me. You know what you do, Johnny? You always say, you told me to do this. You told me to do that. But you're the one that asked me what I think of games. And I say,
no. In that specific instance, you FaceTime me and you go, let's ride with the Bills this afternoon. I'm like, oh no. You're like, it's going to happen.
I'm literally going to. I'm going all the way back.
No. And then the Rams -10. If the Rams don't beat this junkyard, terrible Steve Wilkes-led Panther team by more than 10 points, I will eat a shoe. They should not score. The Panthers are not going to score this weekend. Slam their under for total points. The Rams are going to win like 23-0. That game's going to be gross. It's going to be the grossest game of the day. I don't want to see it on the TV. I don't want to see it in red zone. Keep it as far away from me as possible. That Panther team will have the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. I guarantee it. Right now, you can go on DraftKings. You can predict who's going to be the number 1 pick and who's going to have the number 1 pick. Put your 401k on the Carolina Panthers. I'm telling you to do that. Go do it right now.
Johnny, we should make a shoey bet for this over-under. I feel even more confident in it now, actually.
Okay, I'll drink beer out of my shoe if the under doesn't hit, and you have to drink beer out of your shoe.
Good. Fantastic. We're shaking on it. I'm going through our text. One of the things when I'm scrolling right now, one of the texts I saw fly by that you sent me was something about She-Hulk that I just had to
I want to be dominated by She-Hulk? Yeah, I'll say that on air. We will do the shoey bet a week from Sunday at the next tailgate show that we have.
I wasn't going to say it.
No,
I wasn't going to say it.
I care. Pugs and hugs, they don't judge me here. The PHNX bets cronies, they don't judge us. They're with us here. That I want to be nominated.
Johnny, I have no words. I literally have no words.
Keep it together. It's a family program. Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's get to some props, Emma. Let's prop it up here on a Friday. Here we go. Benjamin. Ever heard of him, Shane? Anytime touchdown.
Yeah, friend of the program, actually.
Oh, hot damn. We might have to get him back on. Anytime touchdown, -110 against the Seahawks. Seahawks are terrible against the rush. No James Conner. It's official. No Darrell Williams. It's going to be Eno Benjamin and Keontae Ingram, the rookie out of USC, who I think will get some play maybe in the red zone short yardage. But Eno Benjamin, it's time to fulfill the prophecy as the Valley's native son to be able to go from Arizona State as an afterthought 7th-round pick to now a starting running back in the NFL. And I'm keeping it in the desert. Hollywood Brown over 70.5 receiving yards. Listen, until DeAndre Hopkins comes back, it's been Hollywood Brown and Zach Ertz in the receiving lane for the Arizona Cardinals. He leads the Cardinals in receiving yards this year by double what the next guy has. That's Zach Ertz with 200-plus yards. So Hollywood's going to eclipse that. Seattle's secondary is in shambles. And then Joe Shiesty, you know him as Joe Burrow. He's going to shred. That will be a bloodbath. I don't like Zach Taylor. He's a terrible fraud head coach, but I love Joe Burrow. I love T. Higgins. I love Jamar Chase. This is a Jamar Chase get right game, 2 touchdowns plus in the Big Easy. Let's just destroy the Saints, and so they have no confidence coming into the desert next Thursday. Shall we, Joe?
Yeah, I like that. You can get that almost at even money. I'm sorry, but another thing that I just flew past on our text.
Wait, don't go through my old text message.
One of them is the Batman Calzone, which RIP, fantastic. But another one was when we were talking NBA, you go, I'm so bad, feed me Brooklyn now. Your love affair with the Brooklyn Nets. We'll get into my.
It's back. They're back this year, baby.
Oh God! Did you wait? Hold on, come back to me. Did you see Ben Simmons' shot at the charity event?
Yeah, he's getting better. It's improving, I think.
It looked like me when I'm coming off like a workout. It's like
he had a dime the other day though that was ridiculous. His assist game is on point. I want to see him have like a 0, 20 and 20 game. 20 dimes, 20 rebounds, no points.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into my props for this weekend. Big Joe Mixon under receiving yards guy. I just don't think this defense is going to allow Joe Mixon to do anything special. 21 is a lot of receiving yards. They've been trying to use him a little more. Saints are really good at getting running backs covered out of the backfield, taking his under receiving yards at 21. Give me Josh Allen's over at rushing yards. He's done it against the Chiefs before. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Give me his over. He makes the most out of every run. And then Mr. Daniel S. Dimes. Give me his over on interceptions at a half. -105 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That's my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. I think Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey are going to eat this man alive. Maybe he tries to throw a nice, cute outside back shoulder throw to I don't even know who. Whoa.
Speaking of cute, welcome in.
If you're listening
Finish
on
your
audio,
thought. Finish your thought.
Well, that's all I have. I think he's just going to throw a pick. That's it.
You're picking the Ravens in that game, correct?
Yeah, hammering the Ravens.
Would you say the Ravens are your second team?
The Dolphins are.
They're your number one team to bet.
Well, no, the Cardinals are, but
right.
Like I actively cheer for the Cardinals. They're probably number one. They're definitely number one, and then the Seahawks, and then the Dolphins and the Ravens are probably tied. So yeah.
Did you see Mike McDaniel at his press conference today asking, please don't ask about the quarterbacks? And he was just doing his McDaniel shtick. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Oh, wait, no, this is you arguing about your cash out. You got a $263 offer, and then you said, I'm passing. So I wasn't the one that told you not to there. And then you sent me a picture of yourself, and then...
We FaceTimed because Leo was in the FaceTime, and then you talked me into Buffalo in the FaceTime. So you're not going to have a record of that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because then the next thing you sent me was a wager on the Buffalo Bills upwards of a good amount of money. Yep. Okay. There's the receipts. Johnny, it's been a pleasure as always doing this show with you. I'm super excited for Sunday. Super excited for tonight. If you don't know what's happening, Mullet Arena is hosting the Arizona State Sun Devils for the first time. The men's hockey team is playing in it tonight. Big game against Colgate. Toothpaste University. Going to be so fire. So excited. Come out. We're doing a takeover. You can't get your tickets now. You can come to Four Peaks and say hi. But you can't get Taco Bar just because you didn't sign up. You can still hang out with us, though, and you can still go to the game with Game Time or whatever, wherever you can get your tickets. But definitely use the Game Time app and come say hi to us at the game. It's going to be so fun. The environment's going to be crazy. Got a huge post-game show coming after. Hopefully, definitely we will be getting Coach Greg Powers, hopefully getting a couple of players to interview after. Going to be a huge show. So if you're at the game, come say hi. Going to be a lot of fun. And that's why I'm wearing this. It's not because I'm going to church. Johnny, anything
You're
else?
big time. ASU's big time now with their big time events. I'll tell you what else is big time. PHNX Cardinals live today, 4:30 p.m. Myself, Bo Brock, your definitive Arizona Cardinals at Sea Chickens preview for Sunday afternoon. It would be a shame, Bo Brock, if the Seattle Mariners were to lose at home on old Saturday, so that game doesn't get pushed back to an egregious start time. What did I say?
You just said Bo Brock.
You just called Shane Bo Brock.
Well, I'm in Cardinal mode. I'm sorry. Shane Diefenlock and not Bo Brock. It would be a shame if that game they lost that game on Saturday.
A couple more texts. You said this Bills franchise will never recover from that ever. And that was the last text you sent me that
Hey,
day.
I can make an argument. They still haven't. They got it. And you know what? It's on brand for me to pick the Chiefs this weekend because they have not covered yet and they have not recovered. I do not think with the running game they have right now, they can win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't. They're too dependent on Josh Allen. Do you think, by the way, that the Bills make a trade for McCaffrey? Because they're not getting Saquon. The Giants are in this. They're not trading Saquon.
Yeah, the Giants are making the playoffs. That's for sure.
No, get out of here with that.
Johnny, it's been great. Happy Friday. Hopefully we enjoy some football tomorrow and Sunday and use that DraftKings Sportsbook app. But if you're going to watch football, definitely come watch a PHNX Tailgate Show live an hour before the morning games every single Sunday. Come hang out with me, Johnny, Bo, and Saul. Always a great time. Johnny wearing his football pants. Fired up for this weekend. Fired up for tonight. And that's about all we got. But until tomorrow, or until Monday, or tonight, if you're there, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Until Monday, peace, love, and puck drop, baby.